So, yeah, not a good day at the office for Angel Reese. The Rose did win, though, which is all that matters. But, like, I think it's got to the stage now for the Rose where, even though, look, I don't think in the first two games Angel Reese was that bad. I don't think she was brilliant. But it's now got to the stage where you have to play Azare. You have to start Azare Stevens. Like, there's no question about it. Like, you have to start Azare. Because Angel Reese, 2 of 6 from the field. She had as many fouls as points. 3 turnovers to 1 assist. Look, it's not ideal. I don't think in general, like, I don't think Angel Reese been bad on Rivals. She was so bad today. Like, that was up there. As far as, like, individual players' games played, that was the Caitlin Clark 3-point game against New York Liberty bad. Where this was the one game where it's like, if you guys don't know, that New York Liberty Caitlin Clark game, like, the game was so bad that it was like, everyone at the end of that, like, at the end of the season, people were talking about how bad that game was. And the only positive is that they won the game today. But yeah, it was a struggle. And one thing is like, she had a couple of nice buckets. Like, sorry, she didn't have a couple of nice buckets. She had a nice bucket where she kind of drop stepped. Who was it that she drop stepped? Was it Jewel Lloyd? Maybe no, Sloot. Actually, sorry. Jeez, it was Sloot. Lexia Hull was drop stepping Sloot. But like, she drop stepped Sloot and her footwork looked good. Her footwork genuinely looked good. And I will say, like, that's a big thing, is that, you know, her footwork is something she's improving on. But with people talking about the handle, she did it again. If you guys don't remember the quadruple dribble when Angel Reese was dribbling the ball up the floor, like this is why when people are like, oh, people genuinely, like, that don't know basketball still argue, like, oh, Angel Reese was a point guard in high school. Angel Reese played point guard when she was 14. Like, you will not find anywhere after the age of 14 that describes her as anything other than a big with some guard skills. Like, you will not hear her be described as a guard. She was described as a point guard in, like, middle school when she was being ranked. She was no longer even a point guard but she was a center when she got to high school. But Angel Reese is dribbling the ball to the floor. And by the way, I do like the fact that Angel Reese is pushing the floor. Like, I do actually like that. That is a positive. That she is pushing the floor. But, like, it's just, they're just dribble moves she's not comfortable with. On a positive note, you can look at this 2 ways. You can look at all of this 2 ways. You can look at it in the way of, she's trying to get better. She's actively trying to expand your game. She's trying to dribble when she didn't really do it last year, and she's trying to be more of like have that ability to push the floor. Or you can look at it in the way to think about how far away she is away from being, you know, like, obviously she's an all-star, but away from being like your Fee Collier level player. And I think she's very far off that. But I do still think I would rather see Angel Reese like this, suck while trying, than just become an offensive rebounder and just start chucking bricks. But her layups are still terrible. She still can't score layups. Like, she still can't score layups. Like, it's just the truth. It is just the truth. Where it's like, that is something she really needs to work on. Like, as much as, you know, she hit 2 of those sidestep threes, one in the first 2 games. But, like, apologies. But, like, she needs a trainer to just work on the layups with her. She really does. Like, that's a big, big thing. She really needs to work on the layups, because you don't run before you can walk. And if I'm Angel Reese's trainer, I'm working on the little things, because she's not shown that she's gotten that much better at the little things. Her handle is improved, yes. Her footwork is improved. Mostly on the perimeter, her post footwork hasn't really gotten better. Like, every coach, the coaches currently working with Angel Reese are trying to get her to run before she can walk. when it comes to a lot of her skills, because she's clearly really good at some things and really bad at other things. And you've got to fix the weaknesses. But the problem is that it's very clear she's trying to fix the most glamorous like weaknesses. You know, it's cool to try work on that 3-point shot. Everyone wants to be able to be a shooter. But like, in order to like, but it's not easy. Or not, it's not even not easy. It's not fun. It's not glamorous to work on layups. To literally have a trainer with a tackle bag whose job is to stand under the basket and I'm not joking when I say this, not like nudges, hit you hard. Get a proper rugby style tackle bag while you're going in the air and they're hitting you hard. That's not glamorous. That is not the glamorous training. That is not what a lot of these players want to do, but that is what Angel Reese needs. Because she's so strong, she's so good at rebounding, and if she's just able to use, it's putting all of that together. It's really just when her ability to put all of that together is something that she really needs to work on. And yeah, it is an interesting one looking at it, because at this stage there is no reason for Azurá not to start. Like, if you want to look at how this team's been playing right now, so the first day she played the second game, Angel was all right the first game, but Azurá had 6 points in 9 minutes. Okay, game number 2 was the Rose and played second game. Sorry, Lunarels. And in this Lunarels game, Azurá had 17. Angel did have 12. She wasn't terrible, but like, Azurá was much better in this game. 7 of 8 from the field in the same amount of minutes. So, and then obviously today, Azurá was much, much better. Like, it's at the stage now where it's like, if you are putting, that is not Angel Reese, if you are putting like Angel Reese in the game as a starter, it's just because, I don't know, you kind of have to start Angel Reese. But she's been poor. She was so poor tonight. I think she was okay in the first 2 games Unrivaled, but she was really, really poor. But the positive thing is, they play Monday. And that's the thing with basketball, is that you can never dwell on one game, especially in regular season, especially when you're playing games. You're playing 2 games in 3 days, or worst case scenario, you're playing a game the next day. And they're playing as the Laces, and the Laces have Alyssa Thomas. And if you guys know anything, Alyssa Thomas, Angel Reese had some of her best games last year on Alyssa Thomas, and Alyssa Thomas got ejected for, choke slamming Angel Reese as well. So yeah, it is an interesting one. Look, you never judge a player based on one game. And if a player is struggling in that one game, you don't overreact to it. But I think it's also fair to point out that she's really, really struggled. Really struggled. And if you guys are wondering why I'm making this video talking about that, there are literally the players that are going to get clicks. Angel, Katie Lou, Angel, all the Fever players, Sabrina maybe. I'll figure out who's getting clicks in Unrivaled, and unfortunately breaking down a lot of these young players' games. Kate Martin, it is going to be the more relevant thing, and it's not always going to be positive, because not everyone's going to have good games. You're going to have bad games. Like, I'm going to be talking a little bit in a video tomorrow. I'm just exhausted, so I'm going to go to bed. But I'm going to be talking in a video tomorrow about how Aaliyah Boston, I don't think Unrivaled is even, it just is not the way the game's played is just not right for her at all. And at the end of the day, look, is Angel Reese going to be better in year 2 than year 1? There's enough that I've seen to say yes, but she really does. When she leaves Unrivaled, she really does have to make sure that her trainer is focusing on the less glamorous parts of her game, because she is, as much as, people are saying they want her to be this guard player, at this point in time, Angel Reese is going to be most effective as a grit and grind offensive rebounder. She just needs to get a bit more effective at putting them back in, because that is, in the year 2025, what Angel Reese is going to be best at. There's no point trying to turn her into a perimeter-oriented player or try to turn her into A'ja Wilson one summer, because it's not possible. It is absolutely not possible. But anyway, I'll see you guys.